Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We got an interesting unboxing today. I've been waiting for PlayStation to release additional colors for the PS5 plates, and I haven't really, felt particularly in love with anyone that was released so far. I was kind of lukewarm on the camo one. I like some of the, things like the PlayStation symbols being integrated into the actual color scheme. I thought that was really nice, but I wasn't like super in love with any particular one. I know a lot of people love the Spider-Man covers, that they released for Spider-Man 2, and they also had a special console for that. But when I got the PlayStation 4 and I got that special PlayStation symbols faceplate, I really liked the whole scheme of how that kind of accented on the console itself, and that became the rarest faceplate that they released for the PS4, and I still have it on my console today. It's fantastic. But I'm not a particular fan of these game-themed covers. I like more, kind of straightforward, maybe colors that are more geared towards the actual brand or the console itself. And I made an exception last year when I got the Xbox Series X Starfield console wrap, which is still attached to my console and I think looks fantastic because it's not specifically so game themed. It has the same color themes as Starfield, but it has the outline of all the different components inside the console, which I think is definitely a really nice touch. So today I picked up the brand new released silver plates for the PlayStation 5, the disc version here, and to be honest, this is probably going to be the last color that they ever released for the PS5, at least the standard version of the console. They have the now slim version of the PS5, which I'm not really a fan of when it comes to the design or how it looks, but they already announced that they're going to be releasing these colors, the Deep Earth collection, for the PS5 Slim. So I think any additional colors that they make from here on forward will probably only apply to that console. So that being said, this will probably be the last official cover plate, whatever, for the PS5 standard version, and I wanted to pick it up here, do an unboxing for you guys, and see how this looks. All right, so yeah, let's get to it. All right, everyone, so here we are with the silver PlayStation 5 console covers. I'm just going to call them plates, honestly. That's kind of what they are. But I said before, this kind of reminds me of a console that Sony showed us back in 2005. And what I was referring to was the original PlayStation 3. Yes, before the PS3 was actually released and we only got the black color scheme, they originally showed off the console in 3 colors, actually: black, white, and silver. And silver was supposed to be the main color of that system. And I really liked the color scheme for that system. In fact, I liked it a lot more than the black one that we eventually did get on release, but it kind of had like a similar shiny metallic finish like the black model that we got, but it was all silver and it kind of just sparkled. And Sony kind of went away with that color scheme and just did black, and that's what these plates kind of remind me of. So the nice thing about these plates, this actually was specifically the Deep Earth collection, is that they're supposed to actually refract light a little bit better, meaning that they're not completely matte like the other colors. So this thing should actually sparkle a bit more when we see it on the actual PS5. Let's go ahead and start opening this. First of all, I love the packaging here. Sony just does a great job here with the color scheme of their boxes. It's very much in line with the console that we saw. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Here's a look at the console there on the back. Let's go ahead and cut these tapes. All right, and taking a look here, we got a box. In a box, it looks like. Ooh, it's a bit hard to get off here. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this out. All right. Put this box to the side here. So we got a box within a box, just like we got with the PS5. And then I guess this opens like so. And then here we go. We just got our plates sitting in there. So this looks like it's the back side, and then we got the front side right here with, it looks like, some documentation. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so we got our 2 plates here with our documentation. I just warning guides, I guess, and legal information. Anything of note? It tells you how to put them on, basically, which a lot of people still don't know how to do. I've seen so many people just tear off their console covers, and it seems like everyone I watch on YouTube has these giant scratch marks on their PS5. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do. I've already kind of showed this in my when I upgraded the SSD in my console, but we'll take a look at that. Anyway, let's take a look here at the front. Let's take this out. It's the first time I'm seeing this color scheme. Hold on. Oh yeah, wow. You know, it's not as, it leans more gray than it does silver, I have to say. Like it's a bit darker than I was actually expecting it to be. I thought it was going to be like a lighter form of silver, but no, it's a bit darker. And yeah, it's not, like, I can tell you already, it's a lot shinier than the other colors, especially the white matte that the standard console comes with. But it's not so reflective where, you know, it kind of just, you know, it just looks, you know, very shiny like plastic or anything like that. It's got like a really nice in-between, sort of between the two different, you know, shinies and whether it's matte. And then on the back side, it looks completely gray. And we have all the tiny PlayStation symbols right here on the side. This actually looks pretty cool. In fact, when light hits it, you know, I'm not sure if you guys can actually tell here, but on the back here, it looks almost like a slate blue, like a really nice kind of bluish gray. I love that. That looks really, really nice. All right, we're gonna have to see how this looks on the actual console itself. And then we got the back side with the disc tray here. Yeah, that's really, really nice, especially with the curve. So yeah, I actually think that this back side looks a little bit shinier than the front. I wonder if that is kind of by design, but especially when light hits the actual, you know, curvature here on the plates to go to the disc tray, it looks really, really nice. And then on the flip side here, it's that same kind of, you know, darker tone, but again, it kind of looks almost bluish gray in the actual light. It kind of depends. So that's really nice. We're gonna have to see how this looks with the console on there. I actually think that this is gonna turn out quite nicely. So yeah, let's put this on the console. All right, everyone, so quickly, if you're gonna mess with your PS5 on your desk, make sure you actually do it on a soft surface or get like a towel or something. You don't wanna, you know, scratch up your existing plates or the console itself. So make sure you do that. And here we are with the actual console itself, my launch PS5 and everything like that. So again, I always see people just tear these things off, and I'll just show you what I've done basically from the start here to prevent any scratches. Make sure you take one of your hands here. In this case, I'm gonna take my right hand and reinforce the bottom, and take my left hand here and pull from this corner. And you're gonna see it as I do that. Look, it comes off nicely. There's no clipping sounds or anything like that. And there's none of these black or white screeches, you know, that happen on the plastic here when you're doing any of that stuff. So just make sure that you do that. And then we're gonna turn this over and do the exact same thing. I take my hand here, opposite side, and just peel off like that. Basically all you need to do here to prevent scratches. So we're gonna put on these covers right now and see how that looks. All right, everyone, so I got my two covers here on the side. Now, before I put them on, I'm gonna take this opportunity to clean my PS5, you know, which you should do on a regular basis here. But if you wanna know what products I use, I'll leave links below in the description, and you can see, you know, a full explanation if you watch the video how I replace the actual SSD. So I'll also leave that in a card up as well. Okay, so let me do that quickly, and then we'll put the covers on. Okay, everyone, the console's now clean. We can start putting on the actual covers, the silver plates for the PS5, and see how this looks. So let's take the back side here, like so. It should just click in place. There we go. And then we flip this over. We can now put on the front side with the PlayStation symbol. Nice. That looks really cool. Alright, everyone, so I decided to record this segment with a handheld camera instead, just because I think you guys can get a better idea of what I'm talking about here. But here are the plates on the console itself, and it's quite gorgeous, although I do have to say again, I do think that the color scheme kind of leans more towards a gray. It's a bit darker in reality, and I don't even think the camera's doing a good job picking it up because it looks a lot brighter on my screen here than it does with me just kind of looking at it. You know, when light kind of hits it a certain way, it does get a little bit brighter, but not by much. So it's definitely a color that kind of plays with the type of environments that you put it in, but I actually think it looks quite beautiful, especially with kind of the black gloss trim here, you know, in the center, and then, you know, on the back side there with the dish tray. It definitely looks really, really nice, and I kind of like it here as well with the shiny PlayStation symbol. So, yeah, just a really nice color scheme overall that will kind of play, you know, with the lighting and stuff depending on the type of environment that you put this in. So if you have a brighter room, you actually might get a slightly brighter shade of silver here. And then if yours is kind of darker, I think like mine is, it's a bit darker here. I have the windows open right now, but yeah, usually it's sitting in, you know, a dark cubby somewhere. So it actually might look a little bit more gray in that respect. But I still think it's quite a gorgeous color, and the detail on the plates is still quite impeccable. Somebody did a really good job here just adding in a bunch of different little accents and details, and it's definitely not, I wouldn't say it's completely matte, but it's not actually shiny either. It's somewhere in between, and it just looks really nice here when you have kind of light directly on it, and it's able to kind of play with that. Looks a bit nicer than I was kind of expecting it to be, quite honest. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. We'll see how it looks in my actual cubby here next to my Xbox, and yeah, let's see what that looks like. Okay, it's time for the most frustrating part of the video, well, for me at least, because I have to put the console back in this space and make sure it doesn't slide off of this terrible stand. I hate this idea. That is one thing about the Slim I at least will give them credit for, even though it's doesn't have the same function as this stand. At least it's easier to put those stupid legs on. So this thing slides all over the place. Let's get the console. We got the actual stand itself, and just gonna make sure this aligns perfectly with the PlayStation symbols. There we go. And now we gotta plug in our HDMI cord. Make sure that that's there. Our power cord is there. Make sure it doesn't fall off in the back. And we'll just go ahead and slide this in. Alright, got my HDMI cord plugged in, my power cord plugged in, the console's in there, the stand is firmly placed in the center. Now, let's turn this on and see how this looks. Alright, so I brightened up the ISO a bit so you guys can actually, well, see the console in there. So yeah, here's how it looks in like a dark cubby. Again, it looks a little bit brighter than it does in reality on camera, but yeah, I gotta say I quite like the color scheme now that it's actually, you know, on the console itself and in there. It looks really, really nice. In fact, it makes the console look a lot more premium than just the white, I think. The white's nice too. I wasn't one of those people that says, you know, I only like black consoles. Like, I like the white version of the PS5. I like the contrast with the black, you know, plastic in the center. I thought that looked nice. But definitely just wanted to change a pace, and I wanted Sony to do something kind of like limited and almost like the PlayStation symbols that they did with the PS4 faceplates. But alas, we are not getting that. So yeah, here's a look at what it looks like in the actual cubby. You know, laying down horizontal. It's quite a nice look, I think, for the system itself. And you know, again, the quality of the material is really nice. You get a bit of sparkle, as you can see, which I think looks quite nice with this color. And again, the kind of reflective black plastic there. Looks good. I'm sure, you know, at night, you know, with the light bar here, it actually looks quite nice as well. So we'll see. I'll definitely give some more impressions and stuff online when I have a chance to kind of see how it looks in different lighting conditions. But yeah, I am quite happy with the way these plates look, at least initially. And I think that's going to be it as far as like the customization goes for my consoles, because, you know, here's my Xbox Series X with the Starfield wrap on there, and you guys saw me, you know, unbox that already. But this looks definitely really nice here. So You got the nice contrast with the black, you know, the black interior of the console, and then the whites kind of wrap around it, and especially when the Xbox button is on here, you know, that looks quite nice, I gotta say, definitely. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the customization for both of these systems. Looks really nice, and I guess with that, we'll say goodbye and end this video. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching the unboxing of the Satin Silver PS5 console plates. It's an interesting color, definitely not what I was expecting, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It looks like a really nice gray, you know, to be honest, but then it kind of gets brighter when the color, or when the lighting hits it in a certain way. So, you know, your mileage may vary if you're going to pick this up depending on how the lighting looks in your room. But it is one of the more interesting colors, definitely, and I think it definitely sets it apart and looks a lot better, in my opinion, than the stark white version, especially with the kind of shiny black, you know, trim in the center there. It looks quite nice, so I'm quite happy with the color scheme myself. Hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing and video. Let me know what you all think. Are you going to pick this up? Did you get a PS5 Slim? Are you going to get this color for that system? Because it's a little bit of a different design there with the black, you know, kind of line that kind of cuts through the center of the system. But yeah, this will probably be the last color for the standard PS5. It's a bit of a shame because I kind of like that Sony was kind of releasing these colors in these collections. But hey, you know, maybe they'll still make colors for the system, but I don't think they're going to. It just makes no sense. You know, they're going to want to brand everything as the slim version of the PS5, which I don't think looks as nice as this original model, albeit however smaller it is. All right. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you all think, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day.